Hi there, it's Kristen from Raising Disciples Mom, where I help Christian moms build respectful and loving relationships with their children and in a way that honors the Lord. Today, we're diving into a meaningful topic. It is recovering from mistakes and cultivating humility in parenting. So, parenting is a journey that definitely is filled with ups and downs, and we all make mistakes along the way. But how we recover from those mistakes and how we nurture humility is crucial in our parenting journey. So let's explore this together. But before we dive in to the practical steps, let's understand why humility is so important in Christian parenting. So, humility, as emphasized in the Bible, is really the foundation of our Christian values. It's about recognizing our imperfections, that we are sinners, and surrendering our pride to God and seeking His guidance and His will. In Philippians 2, 3 through 4, we're reminded to do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above ourselves, but not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interest of others. So let's explore how to recover from parenting mistakes, a process that is intertwined with humility. So, step one is to humble yourself. So, this is the first step, and it just means that you're surrendering your pride to God and you are seeking His wisdom. And it's really essential to recognize that none of us are perfect and we are going to mess up. Step number two is to own your mistake. So, this just means admitting what you did wrong, taking full ownership of it, taking responsibility for your part in it. Step number three is to apologize to your child. So, this just means going and offering a specific apology for your actions, and don't bring up what they did at this time. Just really focus on what your part was and be as specific as possible. Step number four is then to ask for forgiveness. So I know a lot of us, we say sorry, we teach our children to say sorry, but I think this is a very important step, is to ask for forgiveness. And this really empowers the other party, so in this case, your child, to have a choice. The ball is in their court now, and they can choose to forgive or not forgive. And this really fosters a sense of humility in your relationship. And step number five is to take action whenever possible. So, this final step is really about making amends for what you did. Try to make up for what you did, or just look for solutions for the future. It might be connecting with your child in a certain way to try to make it up to them for what happened. And just remembering that our actions speak louder than words. So now that we've discussed the steps, I wanted to just give you a couple of practical examples and how I implemented some of these steps. So a personal experience was last week. I think a lot of parents can probably relate when you don't handle situations the way you should have or wanted to. And so in one instance, we were at a dance studio where my daughters practice. We have responsibilities that we take care of there, and we were on a time crunch, and they make things even more challenging. The vacuum that we're supposed to be using wasn't working, and so I started to feel stressed, and I started to take that frustration out on my children. They needed things and they were asking me, and I just snapped at them. I got impatient with them, and after I reflected some, I realized that was totally unfair to them. So I came to terms with my mistake. I humbled myself before the Lord. I, apologized to them. I asked for their forgiveness once I had calmed down in the car. I shared why it happened, and you can do that too. I told them, I felt stressed. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't an excuse, but that's just how I felt. And then I asked for their forgiveness, like I said, and children are so gracious. They gave me their forgiveness, for trying to make amends. I had mentioned that I would work on maybe getting there earlier, or just not putting so much stress on myself, that if that mop didn't work, that I had a backup plan. And that way, I look for solutions to show them that I didn't want that to happen again. And I was going to do what I could so it wouldn't happen. Another encounter took place. We were trying to do some painting pumpkins, just a fun family activity. And I had my own agenda and my own schedule of when I wanted to study the Bible. And so we were going to paint pumpkins at a certain time. But my middle daughter, she was so excited and she just kept asking me about it. And I gave in to her, basically, is what happened. I just said, go ahead and start now, even though I wasn't ready. And then my son, of course, wanted to join in as well. And so he needed help and he was getting frustrated because he couldn't get certain things that he needed. And then I got frustrated because this was not my plan of when I wanted to do it. And it was cutting into my Bible time. And so I took it out on her again. And I basically blamed her for it and said, this is why I didn't want to start this yet. And so she felt bad. And I realized, no, I was the one who said okay to this. I was the one who said she could start, and I need to own that. And so I went to her, I apologized, I asked for forgiveness. And again, she kindly granted that forgiveness. And then I just tried to spend some time connecting with her as we were both painting our pumpkins together. I had calmed down, take some deep breaths. So as we reflect on humility and recovering from mistakes, we're reminded in 1 John 3:18, it says, little children, let us not love in word or talk, but in deed and in truth. And so that's just a powerful reminder that our love is to be expressed through our actions. When we ask for forgiveness, to go the extra mile and try to make amends, because those actions are going to speak way louder than words. And in conclusion, I just want you to be encouraged to embrace humility and learn to recover from parenting mistakes. It's not just a journey right now, it's a way of life, really, as a Christian. And it's about building a foundation of love and faith that we can pass on to our children. Thank you so much for joining me today in this very important conversation. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, or subscribe to my channel for more inspiring content. Thank you, and God bless. Bye-bye.